Hi there, I'm Andy and welcome to my channel about crypto. In this video, I will show you how to set up MetaMask. MetaMask is a software crypto wallet, and it's also a gateway to pretty much everything in the crypto space. Well, not necessarily everything, but certainly pretty much everything on the Ethereum blockchain. And at the moment, Ethereum is probably the most popular blockchain in terms of the number of applications and services you can use. So basically, if you want to participate in Web3, you need a wallet like MetaMask, and MetaMask is by far the most widely supported one. I made a video about MetaMask back in 2021, and in fact it was my first video about crypto on YouTube. But MetaMask evolved quite a bit since then, so I think it's time for an update. So here's the new video, your intro to MetaMask in 2023. So first thing you need to do is to go to metamask.io, and it's really important that you go to this specific website. Don't click on any sponsored links, don't click on any ads, because sometimes it may take you to something like metamask.com or some other website, and you may download a piece of malware. Metamask.io is the only website you should trust when it comes to MetaMask, and you should only download it from this website. So I'm on the correct website, metamask.io. I just go to download. You can download it for different browsers and different devices. I'm here on Brave browser, which basically it's based on Chrome. So I will click install MetaMask for Chrome. It will pick up which browser you currently have installed or which one you're using, and it will suggest the correct version. So then I just click add to Brave and add extension. Basically, MetaMask is just a browser extension. It's a really simple piece of software. So it's really straightforward to install, really straightforward to set up. But nonetheless, you have to be careful, because if you will make a mistake during the setup process, there is a very good chance that you will compromise the security of this wallet. And you may not realize straight away, especially if there isn't much in the wallet itself. But over time, as you add more and more assets, well, those assets may be at risk. And of course, you want to make sure that this wallet is as secure as possible. So when we start setting up, we go to get started. You can either agree or disagree to this, and then you are presented with two options. So if you already have another MetaMask, or in fact some other Ethereum wallets, you can import that wallet into MetaMask, for example, on your new laptop or any other device, by using your secret recovery phrase or seed phrase. But we are setting up completely new wallet, so we will choose this option here, create a wallet, create a sensible password, something that's difficult to guess but easy for you to remember. The usual rules apply. Bear in mind that you shouldn't really save this password on any electronic device, and you shouldn't have it pre-filled. So don't choose just a random string of characters that you will never remember, because you shouldn't just copy paste it, right? It has to be something that you can actually memorize and type in. And then you have to, of course, agree to terms and conditions and click create. The next part is a video about security. I will skip it in this case because, well, there's no point of you watching video of me watching a video, but I recommend that, especially if you're new to crypto, you should watch it. And there's no such thing as being too safe or too secure in the crypto space. So definitely watch it. And if you're not familiar with what is a secret recovery phrase, or also known as seed phrase, make sure you read up about it, because it's really, really important. Basically, your seed phrase, which I will show you in a minute, it's like a master key to your wallet. It's a combination of, in this case, 12 words. Some other wallets may have more words in their seed phrase. I think, for example, Ledger has something like 24 or 25. And if those 12 words are disclosed to anyone else, then they have full access to your wallet. They can change your password, they can reinstall your wallet on any other device. Basically, you saw earlier that MetaMask was giving me two options: create a new wallet or import a wallet. That's what this 12-word phrase is. So if I give this 12-word phrase to someone else, they can just take it and recreate my wallet on any other device and reset my password, empty the content of that wallet. Basically, it's like giving away PIN to your credit card, right? So you must never ever disclose it to anyone. Also, never save it on any electronic device. It must only be ever written down on a piece of paper and stored offline, completely non-electronic format. So then I go next. And this is where your secret recovery phrase will be revealed. Now, this is just a test wallet I will set up. I will not put any crypto in it. I will delete it straight after this video. So I don't care about it. But the next thing I will do, I normally shouldn't do, and that's revealing the secret word. So I'll click on it. And this is your seed phrase, or in this case, seed phrase for this particular wallet. 12 words. Randomly generated words that are different for every single wallet. And if you have those 12 words in this particular order, they must be in the correct order, you can always recover your wallet. This is like your backup for resetting your password and so on. If you forget your password, there's no other way to reset it other than entering those 12 words. So normally, of course, I wouldn't disclose those, but this is just a training video, so there's no problem with showing you those words. So now write them down, because the next part is entering those 12 words in the correct order. Okay, so I'm here now on the next screen, and I have to enter those words in the correct order. So it's... And if you enter your seed phrase correctly, that's it. Your wallet is set up. Congratulations, all done. So this is your new MetaMask wallet. You can see it in a browser window, but also if you go to your extensions, and what I always do is I pin it to my taskbar, so it's always there. You can just click on this Fox icon and it will open in much smaller windows. So let's close that. Basically, this is the same thing, but you can have it open while you have some website open. For example, I don't know, let's say you are exchanging tokens or buying NFTs or something like that. So you can have OpenSea open here and your wallet open here. So few important things. This is where you will see your tokens. So at the moment, by default, it will show Ethereum. Of course, there's nothing here and there won't be anything because I showed you my seed phrase. So I don't want to put any tokens here. If you are buying any new tokens or if you are receiving any tokens from someone else, you may need to add them manually. They will most likely not appear on the list by themselves. Then you just click on import tokens. To know how to find a particular token, it's a sort of separate thing. I'll just very quickly show you. You can go to a website such as CoinGecko, and then you just need to find that token's contract address. Okay, so now I need to just find a token. Let's pick something. I don't know, let's say Uniswap. So I click on that token and here it will give me a contract address and I can see Ethereum icon here. So I know that this particular address is an Ethereum address. Some tokens can exist on multiple blockchains. If I click on those three dots here, as you can see, there are many different ones, but I want Ethereum one. So I just copy it and then I can add it to my MetaMask. So I would just paste this contract address, and as you can see, it picks up Uniswap. I click on it, click next, import tokens, and now it's added to the list. So if I go back to my account, I can now see Uniswap alongside Ethereum. And then I can add other tokens in the same way. Here there's activity tab, which will show me any recent transactions, transfers, and so on. I can buy tokens directly in MetaMask. To be perfectly honest, I've never done it before. I just always buy crypto on an exchange and then transfer it to MetaMask. If you're not sure how to do it, I have separate videos about it, but it's really straightforward. If you already have some crypto on an exchange, all you really need to do is to send it to your MetaMask address. So you can just simply click here on your account one, copy to clipboard, or if you want to see the full address, you can click on those dots and then account details. And you can either scan this QR code if you're using mobile app, or you can see your full address here. And then you can copy that address and send tokens from the exchange to your MetaMask. You have to make sure that those tokens are compatible with Ethereum blockchain. So for example, Ethereum and many other tokens are. If you're not sure, double and triple check. You should get a warning before you send the tokens, but if you send tokens to a wrong blockchain, they will get burned. They will cease to exist. So make sure that you always only send tokens to a correct blockchain, because MetaMask is Ethereum-based, ERC20-based wallet, you cannot, for example, send Bitcoin or Cardano to this wallet because they're separate blockchains. They don't work with each other. So this is how you get your account address. And this long string of letters and numbers, this is something called your public key. So this one is perfectly safe to give to someone else. So there's no problem with me exposing this account number or this address, because if, let's say, I want someone to send me some crypto, well, I will need to give them this address, right? There is nothing malicious someone can do if they only have your public address. All they can do is deposit some crypto into your wallet, or they can see on Etherscan what transactions you conducted or what currently is in your wallet. So depending, of course, how much assets you have and so on, you may not be fully comfortable with it. So you may want to split your assets across multiple wallets and so on. But generally speaking, this is perfectly safe to give. It's like giving someone your bank account details so they can transfer money to your account, right? I mean, nothing wrong with that. There's also something called private key. And if I click on it, export private key, as you can see, it will give me a warning and it asks me to type my password again. Private key is a little bit similar to your public key or your public address, but at the same time, it's not. It's always used to sign the transaction, but you don't really see it. It never becomes visible during the transaction process, because essentially if you give your private key to someone, it's like giving away your signature. It's like giving away a PIN code to your card. They can then sign transactions on your behalf. So it's pretty much like giving away seed phrase to your crypto wallet. If you disclose your private key, then anyone can sign transactions on your behalf and therefore they can empty your wallet. There is, to the best of my knowledge, never really any good reason to expose your private key. No one will ever ask you for your private key or for your seed phrase for any legitimate reason. It just never ever happens. Not for any airdrops, not for any transfers, nothing. The only thing anyone may ever need is your public key. Anything else is a massive red flag. Basically, if someone asks you for your private key, your seed phrase or password to MetaMask, it means that there is something wrong and you should definitely not engage. So that's your wallet address. If you want to send some crypto, of course, there's nothing here, but you just click on send and you just type in here or paste in most likely the address you want to send it to. So if I wanted to send it, let's say, from my wallet to the exchange, I would need to get my exchange address, paste it here, and then I can just send it. A few other things I wanted to show you is that you can add different networks here. So at the moment there's Ethereum mainnet added, but there are other networks you can add. Like for example, well, there are quite a few already here you can choose from. Polygon is a very popular one, Binance Smart Chain, Avalanche, and so on. In the past, you had to type it all in manually. Now you can just basically add them. So for example, add Polygon. Previously, you would have to enter all those details manually, but now you can just add it, job done. You can then switch to Polygon mainnet. And what you will see will happen is that this is still the same account, the same address. Now it's showing Matic token because that's the default token on Polygon network. And you can see here it says Polygon mainnet. So as you can see, your Ethereum assets disappeared, but don't worry. All you need to do is just switch here to Ethereum network and you can see them again, right? So you can just jump between networks. They're like separate accounts, but the actual account is the same. They just exist. The same account exists on different networks, if that makes sense. The next thing you can do is if you click on this colorful icon here, well, you can either create additional account. So you could add, I don't know, burner and create it. So now, as you can see, there is completely different address. If I click here, I can now see two accounts. And although they still share the same password, the same seed phrase, they are separated. So if you connect one of those accounts to a malicious contract, for example, a dodgy website, which is designed to drain your wallet, it will drain this account, but it will not drain your other account. So actually burner account would be the one I would connect to any questionable website, while I would keep this account safe. There are also other things you should do to protect your assets, like for example, getting a hardware wallet, and you can then connect it here. Never ever type in your hardware wallet seed phrase into MetaMask, because you risk, essentially, you make your hardware wallet completely redundant. You should always just choose this option here, connect hardware wallet. You can also import other accounts and so on and so on. So you have some options here. What's really cool and what's really important to know is if you go to settings, here under advanced, you can and you should switch on advanced gas controls. You can play with other settings if you wish, but the important ones are advanced gas controls. And there is one more, which is under experimental, enable enhanced gas fee user interface. There you go. So I will show you now why this is important. Let me just grab another wallet address. Actually, I have now 2 accounts, so I can send my imaginary tokens between 2 accounts. So here now there is an option transfer between my accounts. So I want to send something to account number 2. Okay, to show it to you, I have to actually deposit some ETH. So let me just quickly do it. Okay, so I just deposited a tiny bit of ETH from another wallet, just so I can show you how you can change gas settings. So if I now go to send, transfer between my accounts, burner, I can leave 0 here. That's not the point. At the moment, I'm actually not transferring anything. But what I want to do is I want to show you gas settings. So whenever you're doing any transaction on Ethereum blockchain, you have to pay gas. This is just a fee that's used basically, in short, to secure the blockchain itself. And here you can see that to send ETH between 2 wallets, at the moment it will cost roughly $1. It doesn't matter whether I want to send $5 worth of ETH or $5 million worth of ETH, the fee will be exactly the same. There is this option here that says market, and you can see Fox icon. If you click on it, you can edit your gas fee settings. So if it's a transaction that can be really, really slow, maybe you're just moving some assets between your accounts and you don't care whether it will take 30 seconds or 30 minutes, you can go with low option. It's a little bit cheaper. Market is the default one. It keeps changing because gas keeps changing all the time. It depends how busy the network is. If you would like to learn more about it, you can watch my other videos about gas. Aggressive will speed it up slightly. But what's really cool, especially if you are interested in NFTs, you want to start minting NFTs and stuff like that, then one thing you need to know is how to set an advanced gas setting. Because sometimes there's something called a gas war, and you have to really push your gas in order to make sure that your transaction goes through first. So you click on advanced, and here you can play with maximum base fee and priority fee. Base fee changes depending on how busy the network is, and only a portion of this fee will be used. Basically, I can put, I don't know, 500 here, and that would be equal to 0.01 ETH. But if the network is not very busy, only a small fraction of this will be used. Priority fee is the tip I'm giving to the miners or to stakers to make sure that my transaction is pushed to the front of the queue. And whatever I enter here will be, in vast majority of cases, fully used up. So if I put 100, that's 0.002 ETH, all of this will go, and then a portion of base fee will go. If this doesn't fully make sense at this point, don't worry. Just remember to come back to this video if at some point in the future you will need to play with your advanced gas settings, and essentially you need to push your transaction through faster. Remember, priority fee always goes in full. You will always spend it. Max base fee will only be partially used depending on how busy the network is. And then you can create a preset. You can click here and save those values. Click save. And then as you can see here, advanced is picked as a default setting. and my gas fee suddenly jumped from $1 to over $4. So I'm massively overpaying for a transaction. Of course, I don't want to do it. I would change it back in this case to normal transaction, and I won't actually go through with this transaction, but this is just to show you how to play with gas settings. It's something very, very important. So I think that's it for today. It's quite a long video, but it's all really important stuff. If you're new to Web3, I know it may be a bit overwhelming, but it's just something you can always come back to. There's plenty of information here, basically everything that you may need to know about MetaMask in its 2023 version. So I hope you'll find this helpful. If you would like to learn more about crypto, this is the kind of content I provide in my course, Crypto Like a Pro. You can find out more about it in the link in the description. And if you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comment section. Otherwise, thank you for watching. See ya.